Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of class 7. I hope you people are doing well. I am your teacher, Ms. Yusra Mughal, and I welcome you all to the another online session by Metropolitan School. This is the second part of the video of week 2. So now students, in the last video we discussed with the text exercises. Now it's time for some grammar exercises. Now students, I'm showing you some pictures. In the very first picture you have seen that a boy wakes up, right? So Ali wakes up early in the morning. He brushes his teeth. Ali and Sarah performs namaz. He has breakfast. They go to school. She does homework and he plays football. So students, do you know that what tense I use to make these sentences? Yes, this is present simple tense. Present simple tense is used to state an action which occurred on regular basis in present time. These actions include habitual or your repeated actions. Right, my dear students? It means that whatever you do repeatedly. For example, like you eat regularly, you come to school regularly, so you eat, you play, you watch, you read, you write, you learn. So whatever the things you do on regular basis, it comes in present simple tense. Right, my dear students? So let's come for the structure of this sentence. Structure of the present simple tense. Firstly, we will talk about the simple sentences, right? So in simple sentences, what you'll have to do, the structure is subject plus verb plus object. A very simple sentence. For example, I have given some of the examples over there as well. I go to school daily, they play cricket, we watch movie, you eat an apple. Right? And other one is subject plus verb plus s or es plus object. And the examples which are given over here is he drinks water, she reads book, Ali sleeps. So students, do you found any difference between in these two sentences? Yes, there is a major difference. The difference of adding s and es after the verb. In third person singular sentences, we are adding s and es after verb with verbs, and with first and second person plurals, we are not going to use s or es. Right, my dear students? This is the thing जो आपने याद रखनी है, right? You'll have to add s and es with verbs with third person singulars only. And with second and first person, no need to add s or es, right? So here is the structure for negative sentences as well. For the negative sentences, we are using an helping verb that is do, and for the third person singulars, we are using helping verb that is does not, and for first and second person, do not. So the structure is subject plus do not plus verb plus object, and the examples which are given over here is I do not go to school daily, they do not play cricket, we do not watch movie, and you do not eat an apple. Same. The examples are he does not drink water, she does not read book, and Ali does not sleep. Do you notice one thing? That with the third person singular sentences, I am not adding s with the verbs, s or es with the verbs. So keep it in your mind that whenever you are going to make negative and interrogative sentences of present simple tense and you are using does with third person singular, so there is no need to add s and es with the verbs. Right, my dear students? No need to add s or es with the verbs. So now here is the structure for interrogative sentences. Do you know that what is interrogative sentences? They are the question sentences. So obviously it is must that we'll have to put question mark in it. The structure is do plus subject plus verb plus object and plus obviously question mark. Examples: do I go to school daily? Do they play cricket? Do we watch movie? Do you eat an apple? For the third person singular, we are using does plus subject plus verb plus object and plus question mark. Examples are: does he drink water? Does she read book? And does Ali sleep? Right, my dear students? Similarly, we are not using s and es with the verb while we are using does. So students, there are some words you got confused at where to use s, where to use es and where to add ies with the verbs. So verbs with o, ch, sh, ss, x or z, at the end we have to add es in the third person. Example: go goes, catch catches, wash washes, dress dresses, box boxes, buzz buzzes. Right, my dear students? Verb with consonant plus y. At the end we have to remove y and add ies. Do you know that what is consonant? The alphabets which are not vowels are called consonants. Example: study studies, carry carries, worry worries. Verb with vowel plus y at the end we add s. Example: play plays, enjoy enjoys, say says. I hope you understand the tense. Now let's quick recap of the tense. Where we use that tense? This tense shows an action which do on regular basis, right? Whatever you do on your regular basis, you can use present simple tense in it. So in the next slide, I told you about the structure of the sentence. So subject plus verb plus object and subject plus verb plus ses plus object. So when we use ses, we can use s and es with the third person singulars, and with the first and second person plurals there is no need to add s and es with the verbs, right? While making negative and interrogative sentences, we are using helping verb do and does, and when we are using does in a sentence, there is no need to add s and es with the verbs. Right, my dear students? Now it's time to do exercise number C, page number 4. In this exercise, what you will have to do, you will have to change the sentences into plurals, right? The sentences over here are given in singulars and you will have to change the sentences into plural. Now there are two examples. A bookseller sells book. As you can see in the sentence that with the verb they add s, sells. A bookseller sells book. So when we are changing it into plural, we can make it like booksellers sell books. Do you find the difference? Yes, the difference is that we are not adding s with the verbs. Right, my dear students? Look at into another example. A fireman puts out fire. A fireman puts out fire. Fireman put out fire. Right? Similarly, in this way, you will have to change these sentences into plurals. A butcher sells meat. Butcher sell meat. A cook cooks food. Cooks cook food. This is sort of a tongue twister for us. A tailor makes clothes. Tailors make clothes. A fisherman catches fish. Fishermen catch fish. A postman delivers letter. Postman deliver letters. A pilot flies an aeroplane. Pilots fly an aeroplane. A student goes to school. Students go to school. A mechanic look after engine. A mechanic look after engine. So do you find the difference in these sentences? With the verbs, I am not using s and es while making singulars. I hope you understand this exercise very clearly. Now come to the second part of the exercise C. In the very next part, the same page, will have to change the sentences into singular. Now in this exercise, the sentences are given in plural forms and you will have to change those sentences into singulars. Authors write books, right? Examples are authors write books and author writes book. Dentist look after our teeth. A dentist looks after our teeth. Right, my dear students? Hope you already recognize the difference between the sentences. So now come to the exercise. Number 1. Bakers bake bread. A baker bakes bread. Number 2. Teachers teach children. A teacher teaches children. Number 3. Typist type letters. A typist types letter. Number 4. Fruit sellers sell fruit. A fruit seller sells fruit. Number 5. Clerk work in an office. A clerk works in an office. Nurses work in a hospital. A nurse work in a hospital. Number 7. Carpenters make things. A carpenter makes things. Number 8. Librarians look after a library. A librarian look after a library. Right, my dear students? Hope you understand both two exercises. Now, there is another exercise of useful words and phrases. Now, in this exercise, there are always the second way of saying sentences as well. Right? So, there are some phrases given in the exercise and you'll have to use accordingly in the sentences. Right? Number 1 sentence is, my head is aching. So there is another way of saying this sentence, that I have a headache. Number 2, one of my teeth is aching. I have a toothache. He lost his temper. Lost his temper means angry somehow. He flew into a temper. Number 4, my arm is hurting me. My arm aches. My arm ache. My throat is sore. I have a sore throat. My ear is aching. I have an earache. He became very angry. He flew into rage. You have seen in the exercise text exercise that we are using the word rage with growl and rage. So both two are using for the angry. Right? Number 8. Please sit down. So there is another way of saying the sentence, take a seat. Number 9. She wants to do it quickly. She is in hurry. Number 10. Suddenly it began to rain. All of a sudden it started to rain. Right, my dear students? I hope you understand this exercise as well. So now students, it's time for the home assignments. What you'll have to do exercise number C, part 1 and 2 of page number 4, and exercise of useful words and phrases of page number 6 in your grammar copy, and copy down the definition, structure and examples of present simple tense in your grammar copy, and do translation as well. Right, my dear students? These all works should be done in your grammar copy. I hope you enjoy and understand the lesson. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.